Hey DOT community, this is Jaeger, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the newly released Dawn of Titans blog, and we're just going to talk our way through a few of these concepts, and I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say about these updates. We know that there have been a few hiccups along the way, as this is kind of now predecessing the 1.33 release, and what are going to be some of the things to expect, and of course, I want to get your guys' feedback and ideas on this, so make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments down below so we can kind of hash it out, talk it out, and offer some more good feedback, constructive feedback, and sometimes some brutal feedback back to the devs. So here we go. Let's get into it, right? We've got this one, again, just released, so let's just kind of pull this in a little bit bigger and focus in on that. So the 1.33 patch notes is essentially what this blog post is all about. Now, with this, it is available to download. I haven't started mine yet. I was holding out because there have been some talks about some major issues with the very first comment here, the relic inventory size improvements. We have seen some challenges with that. So in their post, they say currently the maximum inventory size for relics is 500 slots. We understand the frustration around this number due to the amount of relics available. Clearly, they finally actually addressed that pretty straightforward. This has taken a long time to increase due to profile issues. When 1.33 is available to all players, we will be adding an extra 10 levels to the maximum inventory size, which is the equivalent of 100 inventory spaces in total. Pay attention to that wording. They are not flat out just increasing inventory space, so don't expect that. Expect the inventory space to be treated just like the increases before. You would buy 10 sets of relic slots at about 250 gems apiece. My hope is that that value at least stays the same. We don't see an increase in that gem cost to increase those slots. But it's nothing different than what we had before. Going all the way up to 500, you bought those 10 slots at a time. So at least we've got an extra 100. They are going to continue looking at this issue and may increase relic inventory size again in the future. As a development team, we want to make sure no profiles on any device are affected by this change. Now, here's kind of the catch to that. At some point in time, they do have to kind of cut ties with certain devices out of just the fact that as the game gets larger, devices get older, there's going to be a point in time where not every single device is going to be compatible. That's just the challenge with mobile games. The question is, how long will they let that hold them down or hold them back from increasing inventory size again in the future? Because it will be needed. That's it. Fact. We cannot live with 600 alone. We are going to need more because as time goes on, there are going to be more and more new relics. And quite honestly, I don't even know if 100 is really going to cut it for what many players want to hold on to with their relics. So that'll be the big challenge. When do they kind of say, hey, these devices, we got to just kind of stop because a majority of the players really need additional updates? And it's a fine line for sure, and those certainly can be fighting words. Let's go on to the next major change. 10,000 Divine Gem altar changes. So they're going to be separating this 10,000 Divine Gem, quote-unquote, event titans into two separate altars. They're going to have the Divine Titans, which is going to include only those current exclusive titans. Jumping down a few lines here, it's going to include right now Oni, Huntress, Chernabog, and Belobog. Each Titan will have an equal drop rate. So essentially, you've got a 25% chance to get one of those, which I actually think is pretty sweet. The catch to that is going from 10,000 gems up to 12,000 divine gems in order to purchase one of those. To be honest, with a fair drop rate, I'm not really that disappointed in that change because anyone who wants to guarantee one of those Titans, an extra 2,000 divine gems, I really don't think is that big of a change. The one that I'm not too keen on right now is the Event Titans. So this altar is going to contain 4 exclusive Titans at level 1 alongside other powerful Titans. What are those other Titans? And from what we're seeing in screenshots of this new update, which again, I haven't updated yet, but this altar looks like it's still going to contain 2-star Titans. No one wants to spend 10,000 divine gems for a 2-star Titan. That is just insane. The other note, though, is they actually specify this is going to be at level 1, but they didn't specify what is the level of the Divine Titans going to come in. Let's make that pretty clear, just so that way we know exactly what we're getting. Don't give us bits and pieces of information for one or the other, and then kind of leave a mystery for the other. I want to know absolutely what is that level I'm getting with Divine Titans, and it'd be nice to know exactly what event Titans are included right now. We've had a number of events, and how far back are you considering these event Titans to be? So let's really try to make that clear if possible. Hopefully we'll find out soon. We also got some information on the Huntress, which is going to be pretty much all human troop buffing, right? We've got all these different perks for. We've got the all human troop armor. We've got the all human troop armor piercing, all human troop critical, all human troop armor, all human troop physical damage, plus all of those additional Titan damages there. We've got a mixture of all tier 3s and X's. Overall, a pretty, I guess, solid human Titan, if I were to go with one, with your ability to choose. Do you want to run Spearman, Archer, Militia, Mix? I think they're trying to make those ones quite a bit more kind of present in here, which is pretty interesting. I also like the little mask off to her little hip that she's kind of carrying there. Very, very unique design to her, and I'm actually pretty happy to see this very Japanese style influence entering the game now. With Oni, we've got the powerful demon. Now again, the Huntress, notice kind of an Oni mask right there on her hip, right? Oni is going to be the Omega version of human troops. So we've got militia, archers, and spearmen being able to summon all of those. So 6 Omega troops being able to be summoned, which is the combination militia, archers, and spearmen. This guy could be pretty lethal, especially looking at some of these percentages. They're X skills, so 360% militia damage for that first skill. Here's the unique thing to that. It doesn't say only the Omega militia. Same thing to the third skill with the archers. 110% archer armor piercing. Does not specify it's Omega only, and the same thing goes for the spearman armor. So pretty unique opportunity. I think he could be fun to play with. We'll see, of course, once he comes out. And just kind of where that goes. But I'm excited to see them entering the game. The only thing that's a little blurry about them is the fact that we've got kind of these Egyptian themes coming in. We've got now Japanese coming in. We also have other gods still entering. So, like, we're in a very weird phase, so to say. There's no clear theme for this current phase. Like, before, we were very much Norse. We were very much Greek. Now we're kind of just in this hodgepodge. I'd love to see DOT personally get back on a theme of releases. But I mean, that ties down to everything that I would, complete side note with how the calendar works and events and blah, blah, blah. Let's keep talking some updates and changes. The 5,000 DG altar. They're going to be adding 2 new 5-star relics into this mix. Again, going with 1.33. Over the next few releases, they're going to be adding more 5-star relics, 1 for each class as well. No 5-star relics are going to be removed, so they're not changing anything, only adding. We've got a new 5-star champion. We've got Mjolnir coming in, which is designed just as Thor's hammer. Pretty standard, stats are there. Not going to go into too much detail about it. New 5-star Guardian relic. This is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but let's just go with the translation of Sword and Shield. This is the design of Valkyrie's shield. So again, they're kind of just pulling some of those weapons and turning them into 5-star relics. Okay, I'm cool with that. Not a big deal. What we did here is the fact that these relics can be equipped with other 5-star relics. So you can have 2 5-star Guardian relics on that. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that kind of makes sense, and I'm glad to see them go that way. Some other altar changes that they've made here. Mjolnir and the other one are going to be added, but they're already available from this altar at a lower drop chance. Okay. 3-star Titan XP relic has been removed. That is a good thing. The 4-star XP relic is still available. There's a lower drop chance for that one. That's pretty cool. Now, this is the part that I don't like. More powerful 3-star. That right there. I would prefer this to be all 4-star relics in my opinion. But I'd like to see what they consider more powerful 3-star relics. They say that these are normally available in events And they're replacing things like the Goliath belt, the dragon helm, the kite shield, etc., which is good. But again, I'd love to see more detail here. What is the etc.? What else is being pulled? And what is being added? Like, please give us the list of what these relics are. Don't let us keep getting kind of sucker punched and blindsided by a random 3-star that, as players, we don't really see as being powerful relics, because sometimes that perception is quite a bit different. So I want this list to be a bit clearer, and I'm going to work to see if I can get my hands on that as well. Again, back to some of that hodgepodge, we do have new Egyptian Titans are being introduced. We saw a teaser not that long ago. We've got an all-new event type support is being added. This is going to be a new midweek event type. Again, very minimal details, but they're going to reveal more later. So, okay, at least they're letting you know it's coming. New conquest maps are coming in that are specifically designed to kind of add some more variety and dealing with the Horde troop. So looking forward to seeing what that will be like, because many players have been saying conquest is feeling a little bit mundane, repetitive, kind of boring to run the exact same map over and over and over. What I'd love to see, personally, is that this isn't just a map that completely replaces a level, but have levels actually have multiple maps to play into. So it's not the same repetitive grind level after level after level, or even within a level when you've got to take it on 3, 4, 5 times. Make that map vary up a little bit too. So we'll see exactly to what depth this mixture and change of levels goes. We also have some updated battle drops for more Void relics. Void hasn't been a hit up to this point in time. So I don't know. We'll just see. With more Egyptian gods coming and that kind of being the theme of where the Void is, will Void become more prominent in the game? And are these relics absolutely needed here? We will find out soon. Glad to hear them also say that they're improving cheater detection. The big problem is this title just really doesn't fit, I think, what we as a community are looking for. Improved cheater detection, but it doesn't say improved cheater kind of management. Detected cheaters, remove them is one thing, and getting them out quicker. But if they're still there when events take place, that's an issue, because it's forcing players to grind and approach it differently. Plus, when those teams that don't make those top tiers, that top 10 prize pool, and then you've got that team who's on 11 who would have been 10, we need to see improved cheater kind of handling. What happens when an event ends and a cheater was on the leaderboard? There are major changes in being team 51 who wanted top 50, or team 6 that wanted team 5. Like those little milestone changes are really impactful for teams, and especially event teams, which in my opinion are pretty much where the focus of DOT is at right now. We really need to see that, going to that very last sentence here, a fair experience for all. If I miss that because of that milestone, because of or that tier, right, that bracket, because of a hacking team, like that's just some BS. So we need to see some better management there, not just detection. And they also addressed Horde balancing improvements, because they didn't really update us, quite clearly with the 1.32. They're making it known the Horde health has been increased by 40%, as well as, if we just jump to the bottom, tier 1, 2, and 3 Horde skills, their damage, AP, crit, and armor are all being increased by 60% to improve their viability for lower castle level. Now, the one question here is they list health again. So is health increased by 40%? And now they're increasing it by another 60%. And what is, I haven't seen the stats yet. So what do they mean increased by 60%? Are they, where's that 60%? Is armor piercing up to 60%? Or did they increase what the stat was by 60% of the previous stat? I'm not good with numbers, period. But when you use the word increased by, what is it? What is it? By 60%, but what are you comparing that stat to? It'd be nice just to have the new Horde damage is, etc. The new armor is, etc. The new AP is, just give us those clear finals again, rather than having players, which they're really damn good at, but doing all that math. So what else is coming up? Beyond 1.33, they're hard at work making some cool new content and improvements to DOT, including, which they've already said, 5-star relics, some other features, which are just being leftist features, and more Titans, which is always an obvious. So, I'd love to hear a little bit more about exactly where they're going with this and what the plan is. But at least we've got some communication and some clear expectations of what's going on. Again, if you didn't catch this blog, you can go and read the whole thing for yourself at blog.dawnOfTitans.com and get up to it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole thing in the comments down below. And leave your feedback. I definitely want to hear it because I love to collect the feedback and actually share that, pass that on to the dev. That is part of that responsibility that I feel that I hold as being a DOT SPP. So, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Jaeger, and I'm signing out.